Daughters of God, do not forget what the Lord has already spoken over your life, regardless of what you're going through right now. Don't forget the promise that He's already given you. Let's go back to Mark chapter 4. And so this is the chapter that we just read in the last short, where Jesus was in the boat with the disciples and a storm came. And so we're going to start at verse 35. And it says, on the same day when evening had come, he said to them, he, meaning Jesus, said to them, let us cross over to the other side. Let's pause right there. What does that tell us? That tells us that Jesus knew that they were going to get to the other side. That's a guarantee. If it's coming out of Jesus' mouth, that's a guarantee. It's a promise. He said, let us cross over to the other side. And so the storm was happening, right? The disciples were panicking. Jesus was asleep the entire time. And the disciples woke him up saying, teacher, don't you care that we're going to perish? And Jesus rebuked the storm and he said, peace, be still. And Jesus said to his disciples, why are you so fearful? In verse 40, he says, why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? How is it that you still have no faith? It's almost like he's saying, did you forget what I told you in the first place? Did you forget the first thing that I said? The first thing that I said was, let us cross over to the other side. I gave you a promise before you encountered the storm. There was a promise that the Lord spoke over you before the storm came. That's why you have to remember what God spoke. You have to remember the promise that He's given you already, because His word does not return to Him void. Isaiah 55:11 says that His word doesn't return to Him void. So that means if He spoke it, then it must happen. And guess what? It did. They made it to the other side. And you see that in chapter 5, verse 1, where it says, then they came to the other side of the sea. So they made it to the other side, just like Jesus said that they would. So you, daughter, hold on to what He's already spoken, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what you're experiencing. Hold on to what He's already said. And in the next short, we're going to talk about how the storm they experienced was because of what was on the other side.